So, Rogue One.
Yeah.
First movie of the year for us.
Right. Yeah, that's a good way to start 2017, so.
Oh, very good way. So, I guess covering the basics, Rogue One is essentially the Star Wars story that introduces us to how the plans of the Death Star were originally stolen for Star Wars A New Hope at episode 4? Yeah, 4.
Yep. Yeah. As far as prequel goes, it does a really good job of setting up episode 4. So,
yeah, there's enough little in references, and I even noticed a few droids and a few aliens that were very familiar to us from the franchise. In there.
Yep.
They got the style of the costuming right. They actually still kept the life-sized X-wing props around so people can climb up into them and everything when they needed to.
Yep.
Just a lot of really good stuff style-wise that they did for this.
Yeah.
So, I guess we should delve into the fact... Actually, before we go into any spoilers or anything, basic thing that you liked first.
What's that?
Like, an overall thing about the movie that you really liked.
There's a lot. Okay, K2, I love the one-liners that he had.
K2 was fantastic. He stole the show every time he was on that screen.
Yep, yeah, I was just like, wait for it.
What's the next chestnut? Yes. What's the next chestnut? There we go. I have a bad feeling about this.
Really good action scenes. Like, they're really well done. It didn't feel like it was too busy at any times. It felt cohesive with what they were doing, with where all the characters were at and what they were trying to accomplish. So, I mean, and it's difficult to do at times because, like, especially at the end of the movie where you're following certain characters and are doing certain parts to accomplish a main objective, and
you're cutting.
Yeah, but it flowed smoothly. I really enjoyed it, so it didn't feel choppy at all, to me at least. So.
Plot-wise, this movie made a lot of sense. Which is hard to do for something that's already supposed to be part of the background story.
Right.
And that hasn't actually been fully fleshed out. It made a lot of sense that people were doing things that actually made sense. The heroes were genuinely likable as characters in of themselves, which is kind of hard to do sometimes, apparently, according to Hollywood.
Yeah.
And even some of the villains were legitimately, like, not the worst guy ever. But they had their darker sides that overwhelmed it and made them into the bad people that they were.
Yep.
Also, some of the CG effects, we would normally just go, okay, yeah, sci-fi CG, yeah. Some of the aliens used limited amounts of CG to make them look like they're more lifelike, with mouth movements, eye blinks, and so forth. Otherwise, most of it seemed to be like what they did with, like, say, the Ewoks, but they added the eye blinks in one of the special editions, so they made it look a little more lifelike.
So
they essentially did that, but they also, because of how they pre-planned it, they also had really good designs to make mouth movements and stuff. And to add on to that CG, holy shit, Peter Cushing is in this.
Yeah.
And also, Carrie Fisher as her young self is in this.
Yep.
By the way, for those of you who don't know, yes, we are still kind of feeling the whole Carrie Fisher thing, but thankfully, she still got done filming Part 8, so she will be part of Episode 8, but she won't be part of Episode 9. I'm sure there'll be at least some sort of mention of that.
Yeah.
Oh, something else to note that kind of gives you the warm fuzzies. In the Star Wars MMO, I forget what the, I keep forgetting what the subtitle of it is. Jedi Knight, no. God, my brain just completely blinked. Old Republic. Star Wars The Old Republic, the MMO. Her family castle is actually in the game. Alderaan is still a planet in the game. Because it takes place before Episode 4. I think it might even take place before Episode 1. That's how far back that particular franchise reaches. People were actually gathering at their castle in memorandum of Carrie Fisher. And people were, like, putting off all kinds of fireworks and special twinkly lights and everything just to, in memory.
Yeah.
Kind of
nice
deal.
gesture. So.
And even Star Trek Online went, we're sorry to hear about your loss. Hope you all doing better to Star Wars, The Old Republic.
Wow.
So even the other adversary MMO is just like, we're sorry to hear about what happened. Hope you get past it soon.
Oh boy, wow.
But a little tangent aside, the fact that she's in this and they actually hammered home her looking like she used to in episode 4.
I had to do a double take when I saw her face just because it looked so spot on.
and a lot of the peer cushioning is spot on, but there is a little bit of the what is they called again? Valley of something? I forget what the phrase is.
Uncanny Valley?
Uncanny Valley. If you're watching him very carefully like I was, there's a little bit of Uncanny Valley with him where you feel like something's slightly off.
Right.
But for the most part, they did a really damn good job of it. Which, again, kind of shows what you can do when you actually throw in the proper budget like Warcraft did into visuals.
Yeah. Yep. Takes money and it takes time. You can't rush it, so...
So, I guess we're going to run into a little bit of spoilers now. I'm getting vibrations. It's my game again. Never mind. So, speaking of the characters, absolutely love all of them, and depressing to see every damn one of them die.
Yeah, and like, at first when... I wasn't expecting all of them to make it out. I was expecting some of them, but
at least 2 or 3 of them.
As it went on, it became more and more evident that this ain't gonna end well.
When they killed K2, I'm like, oh god, all limits are off. They officially killed the funny guy.
Yeah, they killed the comic relief, and then it just started going like dominoes from there, and
as soon as he was down, it's just like, oh god, they killed their version of C-3PO. All bets are off.
Yep.
And then the last 2 they literally nuked.
Yeah.
They literally nuked with the Death Star. Took the Death Star to kill them.
Yep.
As they held hands while looking at the horizon of the Death Star blast coming at them on a beach.
Yep. Yeah, man.
And some of the feels from the main lead, by the way, she did such a good job.
Oh, yeah.
I'm legitimately just sitting there seeing her reaction, just like,
Yeah. Vader. Vader at the end. Very good. I liked it. It was very badass Vader. I like seeing badass Vader. So.
I love seeing Vader actually doing shit, and this was him legitimately at the end doing shit, and this is a very close lead up to part 4.
Oh, yeah. Just his presence there just added that much tension to the end of the film right where it needed it. So.
Oh, yes, very much so. Because you just saw all your main cast go, but there's still hope. But here comes Vader literally hunting down everyone who ever gets the information just inches away from stopping it being passed on. It's just like, fuck. That some really close shit on there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and that's one of the things that I liked about it as being a prequel to Episode 4. Like, in Episode 4, they hint at it, but you don't really get this really drives home the point of how close it was and how sensitive it was to get that information.
How very, very, very bleeding close it was several times, even trying to get to R2 at that point.
Yeah.
Because the last 5 guys probably died.
Yep.
Passed on to a computer, then passed on to a disc, which was barely passed on to another guy before the first guy died.
Yeah. Yeah.
With literally a lightsaber through the guts. Jesus.
I know.
And as soon as you hear that breathing, as you hear the door opened, and you don't see anything but darkness, and all of a sudden you just see the lightsaber light up, and it's just like, fuck. And you just, you go back to the rebels that are just like, oh god.
Yeah.
Opening fire at everything, and he just could not sell it any harder on them trying to shoot him. So, fantastic movie. It's a very good one-off. The one nitpick I would have, and I've heard it a couple of times too, is that while they did reuse some of the original musical score, they added a whole bunch of new music that you just don't. It doesn't quite mesh with the Star Wars music in this. It doesn't feel as impactful or as bombastic, but it felt its mood out, and that's all it needed to do. But it wasn't nearly as epic level as the classic music.
Yeah, I can see that.
That would be my only major nitpick with it. Anything that you can think of?
Not really. It was just... I thought it was very enjoyable, and it was a good movie, so...
Alright. So that's our first movie for this year, and stay tuned as we're going to talk about last year's movies very quickly. I'll see if I can try and pull up the list if we can't remember everything. So we'll see you all then.
All right.